So what is the big deal with inflation anyway? Well, when asked, most people really can't even explain what inflation is, so let's start there. Then I'm going to show you what's happening right now as a result of inflation. Hi everybody, I'm Connie Colla, your Scottsdale Realtor and the owner of the Connie Colla Group at RETSY, a Forbes global properties partner. So simply put, inflation is an economic term that's used to describe a rise in prices, which can translate to a decline of our purchase power over time. Now, the rate at which purchase power drops can be reflected in the average price of, let's say, a basket of groceries or services that you use over time. So you're not getting as much for your money because everything's so expensive, right? Inflation, it's inflated. And inflation occurs when people spend more on the same amount of goods and services than they did, say, a year ago. Okay, we're in the middle of it now. You know how expensive food is. When everybody pays more and they get less for it, it can have a profoundly devastating effect on our economy, and some people actually get hurt more than others. So let's talk about the 3 ways that inflation hurts consumers and the economy. Okay? Number 1, first of all, is less purchasing power. So if you can't buy as many goods and services as you did before inflation, maybe a year ago, your quality of life will eventually diminish. So things that you need, like food and gas and electricity, take precedence over other things like travel or going out to dinner or even new clothes. And then number 2, it equates to less savings. So if rising prices for essentials are eating into your budget more than normal, it makes sense that you probably aren't putting as much into savings as you would like to. In fact, a June 2022 Forbes Advisor Ipsos survey found that 42% of respondents were saving less money than usual because of the inflation that we're in. Inflation makes all of our income and our savings less valuable. Okay, and the third point is a loss of goods and services. So some industries do pretty well in inflation, particularly if you can hold off on spending indefinitely. Now, some don't. Supermarkets, gas stations, funeral homes, they're going to do great in inflation because the prices go up and you have to buy those things. Other industries could get completely destroyed, like fancy restaurants or golf courses or theme parks. That's because when inflation runs rampant, consumers spend their money on the products and services that they absolutely need, and then they hold off on the things that they just want but don't need. It's a good differentiation between the two just for yourself and what you're spending. Now, the U.S. Central Bank or the Federal Reserve never wants inflation to drop too much or climb too high. And the sweet spot really in there is about 2% annual rate of inflation, which allows both homes and companies to keep spending and saving as prices go up little by little over time. If inflation is higher than 2%, the Fed will generally raise the federal interest rates to slow the growth down. And if inflation is under 2%, it will often lower the interest rates to get us excited about spending again, to get us back up to that 2%. Well, we are currently at 8.3%. So we had another rate hike this week, and we could see one more before the end of 2022. And I know I'm burying the lead here just a little bit in trying to explain all of this to you, but there is already talk of lowering the interest rates in 2023 and maybe even again in 2024 if we need it. So these increases that we see right now are being done strategically to correct the market, to ensure that we don't overcorrect. Okay. Hopefully that helps you understand inflation. It helps you understand where we are right now, where we could be by the end of this year with another hike, and where we could be in the next couple of years. It's a little bit difficult right now. I know gas prices are high, food is high, the cost of living is very high. But if we get the interest rates up and people start to slow down the economy just a tiny bit, then we'll bring those rates back down, get back into that 2%. But 8.3% is pretty high. It does need to be fixed. All right, well, that's going to do it for me. I'm Connie Colla, your Scottsdale Realtor, and the owner of the Connie Colla Group at RETSY, a Forbes Global Properties partner. If you ever have questions about real estate or the market, give me a call anytime or email me at connie@conniecollagroup.com. I'm always here for you. Have a great week.